Hello everyone, Dr. Mike here. Have you ever wondered what increases the chances of having twins, triplets, or even more babies at once? It's a question that has fascinated people for centuries, leading to all sorts of myths and folklore. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of multiple pregnancies. We'll be separating fact from fiction, exploring the science behind these incredible occurrences, and discussing the factors that can influence your chances of experiencing the joy, and let's be real, the chaos of having multiples. So buckle up, grab your favorite drink, and get ready to learn all about the incredible world of multiple births. When it comes to multiple pregnancies, there are a few key players that can tip the scales in favor of double or triple the trouble. One major factor is genetics. Just like we inherit our eye color and height from our parents, we can also inherit a predisposition for releasing multiple eggs during ovulation. But genes aren't the only culprit. Environmental factors like diet and geographic location can also play a role. For example, women who consume a lot of dairy products or live at higher altitudes seem to have a slightly higher chance of conceiving multiples. And let's not forget about medical advancements. Fertility treatments like IVF, which often involve transferring multiple embryos, have significantly contributed to the rise in multiple births in recent decades. Now, let's talk about the stars of the show, the multiples themselves. When we talk about multiple pregnancies, we're usually talking about either fraternal or identical multiples. Fraternal multiples, or dizygotic twins, occur when two separate eggs are fertilized by two separate sperm. They're essentially just siblings who happen to share a womb and are born at the same time. Identical multiples, or monozygotic twins, are a bit more complex. They originate from a single fertilized egg that splits into two or more embryos. These multiples share the same DNA and are always the same sex. The exact reason why this split happens remains somewhat of a mystery, but it's a fascinating phenomenon nonetheless. Imagine this. Inside the ovaries, tiny eggs are getting ready for their big debut. In a typical cycle, one lucky egg matures and gets released into the fallopian tube, hoping to meet its match, a sperm cell. Now picture this. Sometimes more than one egg gets released, increasing the chances of a multiple pregnancy if multiple eggs meet their sperm counterparts. On the other hand, a single fertilized egg, on its journey to becoming a baby, can also decide to divide and conquer, resulting in identical multiples. This split usually happens within the first few days after fertilization, and depending on when and how the split occurs, it determines how the multiples will share the placenta and amniotic sac during the pregnancy. So what tips the odds in favor of a multiple pregnancy? Well, age is a big one. Women in their 30s and older are more likely to release multiple eggs during ovulation, increasing their chances of having fraternal twins. Family history also plays a role. If you have twins running in your family, especially on your mother's side, your chances of having twins yourself go up. And then there are fertility treatments. Medications that stimulate ovulation and procedures like IVF can significantly increase the likelihood of conceiving multiples. It's important to remember that while multiples might seem like double the joy, they also come with increased risks and challenges during pregnancy and childbirth. Now, I know some of you are curious about natural methods that might increase the chances of conceiving multiples. While there's no guaranteed way to ensure twins or triplets naturally, some factors might slightly tip the scales. Diet is often discussed, with foods like yams and dairy products thought to potentially increase the likelihood of multiple births. However, it's important to note that scientific evidence supporting these claims is limited. Ultimately, conceiving multiples naturally is a complex interplay of genetics, chance, and a bit of luck. Let's debunk some myths about identical multiples. One common misconception is that they're always a carbon copy of each other. While they share the same DNA, environmental factors can influence their development, leading to subtle differences in appearance, personality, and even susceptibility to certain diseases. Another myth is that identical twins always run in families. The truth is, the occurrence of identical twins is largely considered random and not directly influenced by family history. It's a fascinating quirk of nature that continues to intrigue scientists and families alike. So, how common are multiple births? Globally, about 1 in 90 births results in twins. The rate of triplets and higher order multiples is much rarer, occurring in about 1 in 540 births. Interestingly, the prevalence of multiple births can vary significantly based on geography, ethnicity, and even historical trends. For instance, certain regions in Africa have historically high rates of twinning, while rates in some Asian countries are considerably lower. These variations provide valuable insights into the complex interplay of genetics and environmental factors influencing multiple births. Early on in pregnancy, it can be tricky to tell if you're carrying multiples. However, some signs might hint at the possibility. One telltale sign is a rapidly growing uterus, larger than expected for your gestational age. You might also experience more pronounced early pregnancy symptoms like nausea, fatigue, and breast tenderness. Another clue can be unusually high levels of HCG, the pregnancy hormone, in your blood. Of course, these signs aren't exclusive to multiple pregnancies, but they warrant further investigation and confirmation through an ultrasound. While the thought of having twins or triplets is exciting, it's essential to be aware of the potential complications associated with multiple pregnancies. Carrying multiples puts extra strain on the mother's body, increasing the risk of conditions like gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, and preterm labor. Babies born from multiple pregnancies are also more likely to be born prematurely and with low birth weight, which can lead to health challenges. Regular prenatal care, close monitoring, and early intervention are crucial for managing these risks and ensuring the health of both the mother and babies. C-sections are more common in multiple pregnancies compared to singleton pregnancies. This is because the position of the babies, potential complications, and the increased risk of fetal distress during labor often make a vaginal delivery more challenging. While a C-section is a major surgery, it's often the safest option for both the mother and babies in the context of multiple births. It's essential to have open and honest conversations with your healthcare provider about the delivery method that's best suited for your individual circumstances and preferences. From the fascinating science behind fraternal and identical twins to the factors influencing multiple births, we've covered a lot of ground today. Remember, while multiple pregnancies present unique joys and challenges, knowledge and awareness are key to navigating this extraordinary journey. It's crucial to consult with your healthcare provider for personalized advice and care throughout your pregnancy, especially if you're expecting multiples. They can provide tailored guidance, address your concerns, and ensure the best possible outcome for both you and your little ones. Stay healthy and see you in the next video.